And poof, just like that, here we are. For those of you who don't know who we are, I'm Kevin Pentland.
And I'm Diana.
And we consider ourselves a couple of Gillian's wonderful friends, great friends. Diana?
Yes, and when I think about Gillian, I think about our conversations that we had pretty much every day. When I lived in the building, she used to always swing by my office and sit and we'd chat. She was usually tell me about her grandkids and what they were doing. She really loved her grandkids and her family, and we'd have a good laugh over some of the silly things that they did. But Gillian had quite a sense of humor, and she was always on the phone with me asking me about my bones. She always wanted to know, oh, Mrs. P, as she called me, how's your bones today? And because of the barometer and everything in Chilliwack being the way it was, the two of us talked often about our bone issues. And one of the things that I think is really funny about my relationship with Gillian is that she lived on the third floor in the building, and she knew I had a real distaste for plastic flowers. I really, really detested the idea of blue roses on a balcony in December. Somehow that just did not seem natural, and I hated it. So consequently, that wasn't allowed. And she thought it was hilarious. So one day I'm walking down her hallway, and I noticed this very ugly bouquet of plastic flowers in the corner by her apartment in the hallway. And I said to her, oh my gosh, where the heck did that come from? And she goes, well, Mrs. P, I really don't know, but I think they're quite lovely. And I was like, no way. And so anyways, I just left it there. And so it became a thing. This went on for years. And one day I walked down there and, oh, it wasn't just the plastic flowers anymore. There was a stool with the flowers on it. And it just became a joke. So for those of you that live in the building, you will notice on the third floor in the corner by the stairwell, a stool with the ugliest plastic flowers ever. But Gillian never admitted it was her. And so that's one of the reasons we had this banter. Matter of fact, one time I took it down to the second floor thinking that that would just slowly disappear. And I go back to her floor again another day. There's the flowers back in the same corner. So I don't know if Gillian actually ever did it or not, but this was part of our daily banter with each other. But you know, it could have been Ruby for all I know. So anyways, yep. Gillian was fun. I miss her. I miss all the bantering that we had with each other on a daily basis. I loved watching the way she would swing her purse when she was about ready to leave or getting on the elevator. Nobody could swing a purse like Gillian could. So I miss her. I'm really happy that we had a chance to hug one last time and tell each other we love each other. It was pretty awesome. So see you later, Gillian.
Now it's my turn. Wow. Gillian, we met Gillian at church when we were going to Southside Church. We met her at kind of like an introduction to the church. And then after the introduction was over, after a couple of weeks, I started leading the Bible study at our place. And Gillian came along. And one of the things that I liked about Gillian, she brought a friend with her to the Bible study. Anyways, over the years, we developed a real dear friendship. And Gillian and I often would, as Diana said, banter back and forth with certain things. We had a lot of jokes, and we lived in the same apartment building for about over 15 years, so often she was in our apartment. And there's so many things I like to say about Gillian, but one of the things I want to say is that at her retirement party years ago, she asked me if I would bring the say grace before the dinner was served. But before that, I stood up and I said that, people say that if you ever have a problem, you could call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I jokingly said I called Gillian at 2 o'clock that morning, and she heard my voice and she hung up the phone. And of course, everybody laughed at that. But the reality is, with Gillian, if you ever needed something, regardless of the time of day, she'd be there to help you. Over the years, we would find that there was a need for certain people needed some help, either financially or something like this. We'd always share it with Gillian, and Gillian was always there to help. Gillian was she loved to joke and laugh. And matter of fact, at my 65th anniversary, we're not that old. At my 65th birthday, Gillian gave me one of the most precious presents I had, and I kept it for years. I kept it for years, but I never used it. Anyways, it was a package of Depends. Yes, Gillian was a joker. She was a joker. One of the things that I cherish is that over the years, she used to drive me to the doctors when I had to go to the doctors when I wasn't able to have eye problems. And a couple of years ago, I was in the hospital for about 5 days, and every day she was there. But one of the things I appreciate as I think about that, she was there when our family was there. She was part of our family. When we were with Gillian last month, before she started her new life, while we're in her apartment, one of the things I appreciate is that she knew her time was limited, but she had such peace because she knew where she was going to spend the rest of eternity. So when we heard the news that she passed at 4:30 a.m. on the 17th of August, she just began her new life. She was in no more pain. We're going to miss you, Gillian. Oh, there's so much more we could say, but we got to cut it short. We love you, and we just please everyone celebrate. And if anyone showed up with black, remember, just think of this. Gillian is Diana's wearing black.
I'm in trouble.
Diana's in trouble from Gillian. You're not supposed to wear black today. But anyways, we love you. Celebrate the life of Gillian. Celebrate her life. She has started a new life where there's no more pain, no more sadness, no more sorrow, and no more tears. We love you, and we'll forever miss you. God bless you, Gillian. Well done, good and faithful servant.